All right, man. I got it pulled out of the box. Here it is, man. I'm excited to see this thing.
Right, we are getting started on Michael Pope's new pedal board. This will be my personal third board that I've built for him. He always has great choices, and I'm really excited about this one. So now that we have the layout, which we worked on with Pope a little bit to kind of dial it in, we're gonna start making some cables. And as you can see, this board is packed full. So it's gonna be pretty tight as far as cable runs. Normally there will be some gaps, and we'll run some large channels of cables. But on this board, because it's got a little bit of space underneath, my guess is that we're gonna run some of our larger channels underneath. So I'm gonna first start out by making my TS connections that are gonna go to the PVC. And basically I terminate one end of the PVC, get everything plugged into the PVC, because that's kind of where everything's going to flow out from for the most part, and get that locked down, and then start creating my channels and start sending these cables to different places on the board. So here we are. I've made all the cables that are going to come out of the RJM. You can see they're labeled. All right, so here's the underside of the board, and here are all the cables that are coming out from the PVC. And we're starting to send them into different directions of the board. Channels are coming together. All right, so the channels are run below the board, and we've got all of our cables up top that are connecting to the RJM. They're all labeled. And we've begun to terminate some of the pedals. So we've got the microcosm here and the volante, and you can see that we've labeled the plugs, and we've got some power going in, which right now is loose underneath, but then when we finish the top, we'll flip back to the underside and take care of the power. All right, so here we are. We're more than halfway through. We've got this first row completely done. Most of the second row, all I have is the boost and this final expression cable on this bank up and down switch, but all of this is done. It's looking great, it's labeled. We're moving on to the final third row. All right, we've got the top wired. Everything's looking really good. And we are going to move to the bottom, finish up the power, label the power, and do some testing. We should be good to go. All right, so we're getting more cleaned up here. We've got all these O-highs connected to each other with the 24-volt cables. Basically, just trying to get everything moved around to the front. So I'm going to start working on this area and get these power cables integrated into this channel and get everything moved around to the front of the O-highs, and then we'll wire up. All right, here's one more shot of the completed underside. You can see everything is labeled. We've got an audition under here, 4 O-highs, a MIDI quadra through. Power is going to plug in here, and then this is just a stand-in. Pope is getting a custom junction output with XLR outs and quarter outs.
Excited to see this thing. Wow. Man, this is killer. Everything is so clean. Man, it looks so good. Let me flip this thing over. All right, here's the bottom side. Man. David, you are a very bad man. Little spot here for the output box, or the junction, whatever it's called. Man, that's so great. I love it. Thank you guys so much. Really excited to put this thing to work.